I know you said to us on a text before the podcast, and also we talked about this before we started the podcast, that you wanted to touch on the MLS a little bit. And I love that you wanted to touch on that, because it's not often that Europeans look at the United States and want to talk about our soccer over here or our football over here, because usually it's the reversal. Usually we're looking across the pond and watching your guys' football, but especially with the likes of Chiellini and Insigne transferring this year, or going to transfer this during this window, and then also Matuidi, who came from Juventus and went to Inter Miami a couple of years ago. There's definitely been a lot of movement and fluidity between the Serie A and the MLS. I mean, you could even look at someone who plays for Roma, Brian Reynolds, who came from the MLS and went over to Roma. So there is definitely a lot of movement between the two leagues. So how do you view, as an Italian, someone who works in the Serie A, as your primary profession and watches Serie A games as your primary profession, how do you view the MLS and the products it's producing, and also the people that it might be attracting?
I mean, I don't know if everybody in Italy thinks the way I do, but I think MLS is going to be, I wouldn't say a top league like the 5 top in Europe, but I really believe it's going to grow up a lot. I am pretty confident about it, and you're gonna have in 4 years' time the World Cup coming on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure they're going to invest lots in terms of structures already that they are unbelievable.
The stadiums,
in terms of resources. I mean, for me, the MLS is something that we all should see more, in terms of even possibility to go abroad and learn, or just to see how that kind of world is going on. And also, American players are much better now compared to 10 or 20 years ago. Pulisic plays for Chelsea, and there are lots of other players that are really good ones. I was thinking now Buzio has come to Venezia,
and Buzio and Tanner Tessman are both at
Weston McKennie.
Exactly.
Brian
Buzio,
Reynolds.
I was looking at Buzio because of scouting, so I had a look at him before, and really I believed he could come to Italy to play. Technically, it was very strong. Here in Italy, maybe he's not, let's say, a top technical player, but it's a player that can stay in the league easily. Really, I think the level in the MLS is growing up a lot, and also you have lots of people from Argentina, Brazil, really skilled, really good. So physical players as well. I mean, yeah.
And you said you were scouting and you looked at Buzio for a second. What's your experience with scouting young players in your career? We didn't touch on that a little bit.
I mean, we do also scouting during the season when the managers wants to find a guy in a certain positions, or they want to have some insights about a player we are going to sign. So it can happen lots of times that the managers or somebody around the coaching staff ask us for a
report on
an assessment, or a report. We also have made through the years some technical and analytics reports on that. So I mean, the scouting is part of our job. It's not, let's say, the first one, because there are also people inside the clubs that are already doing it. But sometimes managers relies on match analysts for that, because they know them very well and they want to know what they're thinking.